run, swim, and have been here in Talk Talk since April last year. I'm like the process to achieve a new language, and I'd like to thank you, Clinton, to help us being a host. And your emissions was great. Thank you.
No problem at all. All right, guys. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about um, always in beta, the journey of lifelong learning. I brought some questions about this topic, how important it is to always be open to learn new things, and especially nowadays where we have to deal with a lot of new technologies in our lives, AI, etc. So another new challenges to face in this scenario. So I'm going to ask you, let me see you, William, starting with the first question. Read and answer for us, please.
Okay. What is the most recent new thing that you have learned how to do, either for work or for fun? Uh, in my case, most recently, I learned how to cook beans. I always use it to help my wife, but I decided to learn how to do it all by myself. My wife explained how she makes them, and since I remembered a few things, and I tried it on my own. uh, and the result was good. Everyone at home liked it and approved.
I wasn't expecting this kind of answer, but I like it. Pretty different. Nice, nice. And you, Lucas, you are a person who enjoys to cook, so any new discovery about this recently?
No, no. Recently, I learning how to edit short videos using a mobile app. At the first, it was just in for fun, experimenting with filters and the music. But now I see it as a wonderful skills for creating content for work as well. I also started to create a graphic design and the visual posters for social media uh, through Canva, which makes the process even more creativity, engaging, and fun. I confess that it helps me a lot in the work. For example, when I have a difficult vagance to close, I started to creativity moment and the creative videos, artists to attract the action. Yeah, that's it.
Nice, nice. I believe you meant to say vacancy, right?
Yeah, 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 exactly.
Open job, an open job,
No,
open
exactly.
position.
Vagancy is correctly pronounced?
It's a strange word, but it's vacancy.
Vacancy. Oh, thank
It's
you.
strange, but I got it. I got it. Nice, nice. Okay, thank you, Lucas. You now, Lucas, the other one, Lucas Jose. Hello, Lucas. Can you hear me?
Only have one Lucas.
No, there's
And
another.
For me
Oh,
too. For me too.
so okay, got
Yeah.
it. It's bugged to me, but it's appearing another Lucas here, but he's actually on the breakout room. So okay, so I'm going to ask you now, please, Edilton, to answer
okay,
the question.
first
The
question.
ghost. Lucas the
What's the
ghost.
most recent thing that you're learning? Okay, in my case, I learned to install Olama in my computer. Olama is a tool to put AI in your own computer. For example, you put a model from ChatGPT, for example. You have a ChatGPT on your machine. And I need to configure the GPU because we need to use this hardware to do that. You need to compile some libraries, and I need to study how the best model to put in a personal computer. And I like all the process. I think in the Christmas I will buy a new GPU for me to do some work, try to study better about this topic because I think the future the developers need to have this ability to integrate chatbots in your applications.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Edilton. Well, in my case, I'm not going to say that it's a new skill or a new thing that I learned how to do, but it's a challenge that I put to myself to face, which was to starting watching a TV series with English subtitle. It's a thing that I always avoided because usually when I'm watching something, watching with my wife, and it's she doesn't have enough vocabulary to understand a completely movie or TV series with English subtitles. So I started to watch something alone, and it's been fun and at the same time demanding to my mind because every I don't know 2 minutes or so I stopped the episode and I took a picture of the sentence that I didn't get it the meaning, and I started to save to favorite some words and expressions to study later inside some apps, and it, it's something that I always wanted to do, but always avoided. And it's a new thing that I started recently, and it's very rewarding. Uh, at least if you have a basic vocabulary, not basic, but you need better foundation maybe because otherwise you're going to stop it every time to see the meaning of the sentence. And the next step would be to watch something entirely without subtitles, but I'm not concerned about this right now. I intended to keep continuing watching stuff from time to time with English subtitles to in order to broaden my vocabulary, to build more vocabulary, complex sentences and no usual expressions, and getting used to it. So uh, that's something new. It's not exactly a nice skill, but yeah, it's been nice to take this experience. All right, so let's go ahead with question number two. Let me see. You, Edilton, read and answer, please, the question number two.
Okay, okay. Two second question. Two questions for the in your life so far, do you feel you have learned more from formal education like school or from formal experience? I think the first part of my life was formal education. Now I'm using more internet and AI to boost my learn because when I changed my career to IT, I understood that college itself does not teach send all the knowledge that you need to use in a market. So you need to uh, do your own learning process and use all the sources, all the courses. Sometimes you read on PDF, or the moment you do a course in Udemy and a tutorial on YouTube for other persons. So in this case, I think uh, for now and the future, I will have more informal experiences because we have now a big data, so you can choose more your sources. And the piracy is a excellent factor because I have ability to find some paid courses for free, and I can use that to take some advantage. But yeah, for me now is being interesting to learning and teaching myself from different sources, formal sources. That's it.
Okay, okay, very nice. Thank you, Gilton. And what about you, William?
Okay. For me, in my case, I learned from informal experience, mainly by reading physical books and using the internet. For me, the real learning uh, is in books. In my case, right, in books and on the internet, like YouTube, for example, where we have access to almost all areas of knowledge. That's it.
Okay, thank you, William. And you, Lucas.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I believe I've been learning more oh God, more from informal experience, work different jobs, exploring hobbies, and searching for knowledge online have taught me practice skills, problem solving, how to deal with real life challenge, things the school hardly covers. For example, create creating content for social media like LinkedIn and managing small projects taught me organization, creativity, and the communication in the ways that no classroom ever did. Formal education gave me a foundation, but the real growth came from applying what I learning and experimenting on my own. Yeah.
Got it. Well, in my case, I think I valued the time when I got more formal education. Sometimes I miss this kind of structured way to study, especially when I was younger, because I had less pressure than today to get things done or deliver value to company, etc. During my period on college, I took a lot of internships and I had broad and different kind of experiences, working experiences. And during this period, basically my education was very formal. At night, I was at the college, and during the day, I was working. At the same time, it was very exhausting routine because I had to wake up early, take public transportation to get to work, and after going to the college, etc. So uh, I understand that most of the time it's more efficient um, to seek informal ways to learn it. Especially on my area today where I work, which is software development. It's very informal way to learning this kind of knowledge compared to other areas. But I miss a little bit this period because I don't know. I think the way that I had to learn how to program, for example, it was very chaotic, and this lack of methodology sometimes uh, it's hard to stick to a plan because you have to create your own path about learning. But yeah, I understand that my today's reality, it's much more likely to learn new things with these informal ways, like watching videos on YouTube or uh, taking a course on Udemy, for example, to learn a specific skill to solve a specific problem for my employees. So uh, basically, maybe I in the midway, but I don't discard or I value the way the the old school way to learn, which was going to the college and had this structured way to learn a career if you had time, of course, which today is not my case. But that's it. Um, okay, I think everyone answered this one, okay? Right. So let's get to the question number 3. Please, William, read an answer for us. The question number 3.
Okay. Three people say the most important skill today is learning how to learn. What do you think this phrase means in a practical sense? Uh, so, to me, it means knowing how to find good information when you need it. Maybe on Google or YouTube. It's also about not being afraid to be a beginner again and have the patience to practice something new until you get it right. That's it.
Hey, William, what do you think about this, Edilton?
And for me, learning how to learn, I need to have a soft knowledge first base because we have a system for education, but you need to understand how is your best channel to learn something because there are some people that is simply for listening something learning better than write something or watch something. So if you are a visual learner, you need to watch videos, images to acquire this knowledge. If you keep on practice hands-on, you are a synesthetic person. So if you simply is listen to a podcast and learning the the subject, you are auditive person. So it's necessary to understand your best method to learn and create a strategy to achieve your goals because in some areas you have a traditional method to teach something and you sometimes you need to be disruptive and create your own strategy to help you learn. Imagine you are a person that is studying lawyer. You sometimes you need to simply read a lot these codes, but if you are a visual learner, you need to create diagrams to do that. Understand? And all the time you need to record like a podcast to listen that to uh, imitating a future lawyer. So it's necessary you have this uh, courage and this freedom in yourself to create something new. And in this situation, you can help yourself and a lot of people with your new method.
Okay, very nice, Jilton. And you, Lucas, do you agree with him?
Yeah, for me, it's oh God, it means being able to approach any new topic or skill with curiosity and this tragedy. Uh, 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 I think it's not just memorizing information, but understand how to break down complex ideas, seek the right resource, and practice effectively. It also includes I don't know, self-aware, knowing your strength, weakness, and the learning style, so you can constantly improve in different areas of life. I don't know if it makes sense, but that's it.
Yeah, it made sense, at least to me. I even wrote down some things because I agree with you. This is this ability to break down stuff into smaller pieces. For example, today, um, this week, I had a very, at least for me, very tough test to deliver at my work. And uh, this capability of learning how to learn is vital to be able to deliver value in any kind of areas in your life because uh, like you said, we got our strengths and weaknesses, and it, it's very important to understand what are your strength spots and your weaknesses spots, and if it's important or not to work in some of them. So that's how about that is how learning how to learn is about to have this understanding about yourself and know if, for example, even though you have some weaknesses and you see that it's not important to invest time in this weakness to make a strength or less weak for you because it's not important at this time. And of course, identify what key points is important to get better in your life. And it has to do with any area in your life, could be at your profession, your job, or with your family and your friends. Usually, I don't believe in a completely balanced life. I believe that every time you're going to have some spectrum of your life disbalanced, and you have to know how to deal with these unbalanced parts of your life. And for me, this is self-understanding or awareness, like you said, Lucas. So yeah, to me, it's, learning how to learn has to do with this. Understand what are your strength points, weakness point, and if it's important or not to improve any of these phases of your life. So that's it. Okay, so next question. let me read and answer this one. How have the internet and AI tutors changed our ability to learn new skills compared to how our parents' generation learned it? Uh, I think it's a double sword situation because in one hand, it's very easier to get access to information compared to the past, compared to my parents' generation. Uh, but on the other hand, it's this easiness to get access to all this kind of all this amount of information. It's overwhelming many times, and sometimes you at least myself, I would like to deal with so much less amount of information because I don't know. I feel sometimes um, how to say that a little bit lost inside this hurricane of possibilities about what to do about your life or the paths that you could take in your career. And I don't know, it's very complicated. So I sometimes I feel that I'm getting more dumb because of AI. So I try to avoid when possible to use it to don't make my mind so lazy to especially to solve problems, but most of all to break down this a big problem into smaller pieces and recipe of how to solve a specific problem. Today I'm facing problem with this, and I believe it's because of how relying I am today on AI to do this job for me. So I think this is very dangerous. So recently I understood that, and I'm trying to at least at this part of the tasks that I do every day, I try to not delegate and just refine if necessary, because otherwise I think I'm getting more dumb, I don't know, less clever compared to a few years ago. It's a strange feeling. Do what do you think about this, William?
For me, it's a huge difference. Our parents had to go to the library, for example, and find the right book to learn something, and I also participated a little in that, and I love libraries, but we can just pull out our phones, watch a video tutorial and start learning a new skill in minutes, anytime, and we went to. That's it.
Do you have this same feeling about getting more uh, less intelligent because of using AI, or don't you think you use so much and you don't have to worry about it?
About I use AI for my work. I like it, but uh, I think the AI, uh, it's uh, how do you say, uh, vai vai até um certo ponto. Então, então chega um momento que você precisa de um ser humano. Então, gosto bastante, mas não imagino que ela vai tomar conta de tudo como se fala, né? Pelo menos para mim.
Okay, okay. Very nice. Thank you, William. And what do you think about this one, Lucas?
Yeah, I agree with you, Clinton. For me, the internet and the AI tutors have made learning faster, more interactive, and more flexible. Unlike in parent generation, if you often depend on books or formal classes, and we can learn almost anything online, watch videos, or ask AI for explanation and even simulate the real life scenarios. However, it's important to use a careful verifying information, questioning source, and thinking critically because not not everything online is accurate. This way, we can take full advantage of technology without relying blindly with which actually strengthens strengthens I don't know if correctly fortalece our learning progress. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Clear. Okay, Lucas. And you, Edilton, what's your view on this?
Yeah, yeah. I think the AI tools, the internet changed the abilities, and in some cases, creating a problem because some researchers is studying about the consequence of abusing of AI in education. Sometimes you have a cognitive debt because you don't have the effort to learn more. And when you have a tool to solve the problem for you, sometimes create the answers, you simply don't know, doesn't train your brain, your mind to solve that. And in some situations, it's important to have the AI to help us. Okay, but in some process of learning, you need to do the effort and jump this step is problematic. And I think in some years you will have a large view about the AI. Now is uh, recent event. You have AI from 2 years, so all of us is learning to use AI for learning and learning with that. And I think with maturity, you have a, a good ecosystem to use the AI tool with and the basic process, and you have the enhancement. I think so, but you need to study more and understand the impact in one generation. So you have decades for study to uh, do a real evaluation about consequences of AI in one generation. Our parents is had to learn in a tough way because they spent a lot of hours writing something. So these strategies create discipline there, and the process of learning in early ages was very problematic. Sometimes you imagine a teacher beat in the slap the hand of a student. Nowadays, something like that is considered a crime. In early ages, the professor is like authority. Now, in Brazil, when a professor or a teacher claim with a student, the family is claiming with the professor in the school. So this scenario changes a lot. So all the educations is changed with that. I hope the situation getting better in the future, so you need to evaluate, reanalyze all the process in Brazil.
Yeah, not so optimistic about this, but we'll see. Uh, Lucas, I'm going to ask you now to read and answer the question number 5. That's a good one.
Yeah. Uh, with all the words information on our phones, what is the difference between simple having access to facts and having through knowledge or windows? Oh God, it's difficult to explain the difference. Uh, 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 uh,
That's the whole point of the question.
Oh God.
Very good, very
Uh,
good.
I think access to facts means you can quickly find information, but it don't guarantee understand. True knowledge come from processing that information connect with a previous experience and seeing how it applies to real life situations. Wisdom go is every further. I don't know correctly. Launch further. It's knowing. It's knowing when and how to use that knowledge responsibly with judgment and the perspective, often considering long-term consequence. Yeah, yeah, that's it. So
You,
hard.
you, you were able to answer this. Nice, nice. Good one. Thank you, Lucas. And you, William, your turn now.
Yeah, having access to facts means you can quickly look up a piece of information, like a number or a name, or on your phone. True knowledge is when you actually understand the information, can connect it with other ideas. Wisdom is using that knowledge and your own experience to make good decisions in in life.
All right, a different view about the same concepts. I would like to know yours now, Edilton.
Okay, okay. For me, it's interesting when you have a powerful source for information in your hand, but you need to maintain your focus to understand, process this information to avoid some alienation. Because today we are living in a war of energies. It's very common. Uh, you receive a news with a bias about something. So you need to uh, have accurate sense to understand these informations and avoid to simply being deceived about that. For example, it's very common in your YouTube channel the people you engage you in your routine, talk about your life, and few months later, this YouTuber will sell you a course and you put a course for 3,000 reais. It's very common that operation. In English, course is very, very common. The teacher is talking with you, talk about your family, when you watch later, English course extraordinary for 3,000 reais and you will speak in 6 months. And we all know that is impossible to speak 6 months fluent. You need to study a lot. You need to do all the effort. And in some newspapers, you have some news that simply is deceiving you. So it's necessary to have this sense accurate to filter the information that you receive.
Very nice, very nice. Like your point of view. Guys who came from the breakout room, we're now at the question number 5. I don't know if you already answered all the questions. Otherwise, I wouldn't believe you were here. But I would like to hear about each one of you about the question number 5 because I think it's a good question and it's a challenge one to differentiate different concepts. So I'm going to ask you, Lucas, to say another time what was your answer for the question number 5.
Sure. The question number 5, I think the difference between simple access to facts and the true knowledge. The first of all, I think we need to confidence we when I shared about other topics, other subjects, uh, especially today's the topic is politics or other thing. I think we need shirt confident companies you like or you think it's true because in the nowadays the world many peoples can public many opinions about the many subjects. I think that's it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Everyone today is a specialist, an expert about something. Even though they haven't the enough experience about the area, but that's it. And what was your view on this question, Priscilla?
My,
Can you hear me?
yeah, my microphone is mute. Uh, I think today there are a lot of information, true information or lie information. You need to research about this subject, for example, because sometimes you have a news about the things, but it's not is a lie. And if you pass for another person, you will pass a, a, a lie information.
Yeah, I agree with you. Basically, it's fake news, right? Uh,
Yeah.
it's a common thing today also. And you, Fabio, what was your answer for this one?
I think this having us to facts is just accumulating data, but knowledge is understanding and know how to use data. Wisdom goes filter. It's applying this knowledge in a balanced and a conscious way. Information without a reflection doesn't become knowledge, but wisdom shapes choice and attitudes. For me, there are a difference between begins smart and begins wise.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you, Fabio. Well, it's hard to answer after all these different kind of answers about the same topic. But for me, the main thing about having true knowledge or wisdom for me is something more deep than true knowledge. It's the level of experience you have about the area and the for how long have you been studying and practicing the what is the matter of discussion. So like Lucas said today, there are a lot of people who call it himself experts about the area, but many times they lack of experience. And also Fabio said something about having attitudes about this area of knowledge that you're talking about. So for example, I work with people with different levels of experience in my area, software development. There is a person who works with me the same level, which is an intern, and there is a guy who has more than 20 years of experience in the area. So of course this even though there are people with much less years of experience and maybe the same amount of knowledge, for me, this guy with more than 20 years of experience has more wisdom about the area because uh, he faced a lot of different eras of how to create an app and to support and different versions of software, the software language that he apply during his day-to-day routine. So you can learn actually all of this from just reading books or creating personal projects to try to replicate the knowledge, because the problems that this guy with more than 20 years faced, it brought him, built him much more knowledge than me studying the same subject from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. for, I don't know, 1 year. It's impossible to replicate this level of wisdom about the subject. So that's the main difference to me, the level of experience and practice about an area, a specific area that you have. Um, so yeah, that's it, guys. Unfortunately, our time is over. I would like to thank each one of you for being here. I hope that you had a good time and learning something new today from this immersion. And hope to see you again in the next one, same time, same place, Mondays at 7 p.m. Okay, thank you very much. Hope to see you again.
Okay. Thank you, Clayton.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye
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 bye.
bye,
bye.
people. Bye bye.